Hello, this is Vampire. My friend Blacksilk made a video titled "Nobody Fights Like This." It's a really good video, so this is my video response to it. Sadly enough, people have used the word reality almost as an excuse to be really, really harsh, mean, ugly, disrespectful to each other, which is really a shame. And what it really is, you know, they would see somebody's martial art or something, and then they would just say like, your style is not realistic, your style is not practical, it would not work in a real life situation. We're talking about a very cheesy, mudslinging marketing tactic is what this really is about. And if you're really trying to generate a thought, if you're really trying to have a discussion with somebody else, then that is fantastic, okay? But when you say something that harsh, and when you're, you know, acting like, okay, I say things the way it is, I don't flower it, there's no bullshit, you can trust my words, I know what I'm talking about. Like, this is all bad advertising, all right? If you fall for this, you're going to basically be training under an asshole. That's the way it is, all right? So I guess what Black Silk is kindly trying to say is, you know, he's defending the martial arts, true martial arts, quality martial arts, which, you know, if you are training in real martial arts, it's going to be respectful. It's going to be disciplined. I mean, where is the discipline? He's just opening his mouth and saying whatever the heck he wants, you know? And to me, a good martial arts instructor is also someone that is going to see themselves as a guide. They understand that they are the guide. They are not the answer. They are not, you know, some brainwashing cult leader that's going to give you all the answers. That's the wrong idea. Students should not be looking for that, and instructors should not be putting themselves in that kind of position, all right? It's just a guide, and some things the students need to figure out on their own. This is a good instructor who is able to, you know, just observe, and they're not holding back information or anything like that. They understand that this is your path, your discovery, so they're letting you experience it, okay? To me, that's a good instructor. So it's not like he's trying to be all mystical or anything like that, you know? Now, there are some that play the part, and like either way, you have to be careful, but the main idea, I think, is, you know, do you want to train under a jerk? You know, so respect, kindness, these things are very, very important. Define practical, define effective, define realistic, you know, define combat. It's not easy. If you have half a brain, you know that those are very vague words, and it's also left to interpretation, okay? I mean, if we're talking about combat, I mean, if I go up to a person from behind and slit their throat, all right, that's totally different from being able to, let's say, you know, there's a bully, and to be able to fend them off. That's completely different, all right? Which one is more effective? Which one is more practical? I mean, it depends on your lifestyle. It depends. Are you in the military? Are you going overseas? Then guess what? You might need the one where you're sneaking up behind somebody. Are you a high school student? Are you getting picked on? You know, these all of those things, your reality is different from my reality, you know? So I remember one instructor, I talked to one instructor, and he was all about realistic reality martial arts. And when I went to him, he was training, he was very state-of-the-art. So he was training in all kinds of new stuff. So he started with Tang Sudo, and then from there he progressed, and they added ground fighting, they added Tony Blauer's, you know, police program, you know, that all kinds of different stuff on there, okay? And it was very progressive. And then I like a couple of years went by, and then I came back to the school, visited the instructor because it was a place that I really enjoyed training at. So I said, hey, how's it been? Long time no see, that kind of stuff. And I saw what he was doing. He had changed once again, evolved, and what he was teaching was more like, for a lack of a better word, Tai Chi mixed with yoga. And he just looked at me directly and he said, what do you think? And he knew that at this time I had just come from a very prestige Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school, and I was getting into MMA, so I was going through some really hardcore combat sports, right? So he just laid it in front of me and said, this is what we're doing right now. What do you think? And I remember I said to the guy, I thought about it, and I said, you were always into what's effective, what's realistic for the street, self-defense, and I think you have found your answer. This is, very, very effective in a way, because you're going to be health and fitness is something that you need every day. Stress is something that a person is going to deal with pretty much every day. So learning how to deal with stress and still be fit and be a positive person, and to learn how to surround yourself with positive people, I mean, in a way, this is the ultimate, So I said that to him, and I think he was really, really glad that, I wasn't really harsh or, with my judgment, or my words were fake. I really meant it, So that was his reality, For me, there would have definitely been a period of time where I could not do that. I needed to learn how to fight. Maybe even at the cost of the fighting skills that I'm learning is not realistic, that I would never ever get into a fight in real life, but I still needed to learn how to fight, or I need to know how to assassinate somebody, even though I will never ever assassinate a person in real life. Hopefully it'll never happen in my lifetime, So then the way you define reality changes. Do you guys understand what I'm talking about? Hopefully.